Welcome to Folklorista's Corner, the ultimate place for folkloristas to grow confidence, become better dancers, and where we talk everything folklorico. I'm your host, Carmen Flores, and today we're talking about confidence for shy dance. I think what we should start off with is where exactly confidence comes from, and usually confidence comes from within. So we should start with our mind and how we think, and our thought process, and our attitude and mindset. So what is the mindset of a confident person? We would need a growth mindset. Not everybody has a growth mindset, and let's figure out some ways on how to get that shift of a negative mindset to a growth mindset. 3 of the most common phrases that I've heard that don't really support confidence are: I failed at this, I can't do this step, I'm having a difficult time learning the material, so I'm feeling very discouraged. So let's talk about failures. Instead of viewing it as a failure, we should change that mindset into more of a learning experience. So instead of every time you make an error or you feel you didn't do so good at the performance or whatever experience, think of it more as a learning opportunity, as a way to reflect and think, okay, what can I learn from this? What did I accomplished from this? What method did not work? So what method should I try next? Or how should I approach it the next time around? So just viewing failures more as learning opportunities helps boost your confidence, because instead of having that negative mindset of, oh, I feel so bad, etc., you're now bringing a more positive attitude to it. With the I can't do this step, think about, okay, this teaching method isn't working for me, so what other teaching method is going to help me? So there's many different ways. Sometimes imagery could really help click things, or counts, like the 8 counts. Sometimes having it explained by a peer. Not always is the instructor, how they present an item to you, is going to make sense to you. Like I let my dancers explain things to each other, because sometimes it does help them, because the way I teach it, some of them understand it, some of them don't, and that's okay, because we all learn different. So we gotta realize and recognize, okay, how do we learn best, and how can we translate that to help us be better dancers and pick up on material quicker and efficiently, and to not feel so discouraged if you don't get it the first time. I wanted to discuss with you physical ways that will help you increase your confidence is when it comes to training and practice. So when you really know what's going on, when you really know the choreography, when you really know the steps, when you really know the counts and what's going to happen next, and just trying to inform yourself as much as possible and preparing as much as possible really helps you give confidence while dancing on stage, practice, etc., because then you're not so focused on all these other things. You just are more focused on enjoying the performance or practice or whatever it is. Way 2 is by teaching others or helping others. Sometimes you don't really recognize how well you know a step or a piece of choreography, etc., unless you kind of help someone, and sometimes it would really surprise you when you see how much you actually know. So there's been moments where my president VP would help teach and help one of our newer dancers, and I could see the confidence in them because they recognize, oh, they really know this step well. And I've noticed it in myself as well when I started teaching, how, oh, I actually do know a lot more than I thought, and it just takes time and practice. The thing too is informing yourself, being knowledgeable, really understanding the context, whether it's the history behind the dance, the meaning of the lyrics, the song, or the meanings of the steps, just knowing, diving in deeper. Another tip for improving confidence is taking care of yourself, and that is physically, spiritually, and mentally. Just dressing up for yourself, or showing up for yourself, or really just motivating yourself could help a lot with your confidence. And you don't have to be all glammed up. Just take a nice shower, take care, just basic hygiene, exercise a little bit, go on a walk or read, or whatever helps feel you and recharge, and getting your sleep, which I know is very hard, but that really makes a difference in your day. Really having a tribe of people that are there for you, that support you 100%, that push you to do better, that motivate you and encourage you, really helps develop confidence. And there's no shame in whether it's a big group, a small group, or if you don't have it right away. It takes time trying to find the people that are going to be there with you and on your journey, and recognize too that not everyone's going to stay for the entire ride. Encourage having just a very strong support system, because it's nice having that shoulder to cry on every now and then, or just, you know, someone really rooting for you, you know, your little cheerleader. The last thing I want to mention as well is that all this is going to take time. It's not going to be an overnight process. It could take days, months, maybe even years. It took me years, and it's nothing to be ashamed about. There's no need to compare yourself. Everybody's journey is different, and it's a bit scary at first, but it's okay, because that's part of the journey. It's more of the journey and not the end result that makes the difference. The most important thing about confidence that I really want you to know is that no one could give you confidence. That comes from within. You have to want that, you have to work on it, and it's going to take time. So don't be so hard on yourself if the next day you're still not feeling 100% confident, because it is a journey within yourself. You can't be relying on someone to bring you that confidence. It's something you have to constantly working at, and sometimes there'll be days where you're more confident than others, and that's completely normal. And I just want to let you know that, just so you don't compare yourself so much. Don't be so hard on yourself. Alright, Folkloristas, that's it for today's video. I would really like to know some methods or what you do to help bring your confidence, or just let me know if these were helpful tips at all whatsoever. I am going to try to be more consistent and on time with my uploads, because that is something I'm currently struggling on, so I'm so sorry about that. And I hope you have a wonderful day, morning, afternoon, night, whatever time you're watching this, and I'll see you next week. Bye!